Hey you hoodwinked hoodies. I'll now be ranking the studio albums of English electronic post-hardcore legends Enter Shikari. Number 7 is The Spark, the band's attempt to make an album with a more pop-orientated sound. It does show off a more melodic side to the band that creates some great results. While it has great highlights, it does have some filler which dampens the mood. Great experimental moments on it too when it comes to electronics. Number 6 is Common Dreads. Being their second album, it did show a change in sound and maturity compared to their debut. Mixing in new elements to their sound including rap and indie rock, it allowed the band to explore new heights. Very much a stepping stone for what was to come, but just not fully there at that time. Number 5 is A Kiss for the Whole World. The band's most recent album, it saw them go back to basics by not focusing on a specific concept, where it was mainly just a collection of songs. The material is strong with some of their catchiest moments and the album does have an almost uncanny valley feeling to it which I believe was intentional. Number 4 is A Flash Flood of Color. The band's heaviest album, it saw them mix their more aggressive side to the electronic textures of dubstep. A lot of fun with potential for what future sounds they would soon embark upon. Some funny lyrics throughout too. Number 3 is Nothing Is True and Everything Is Possible. Possibly the band's most political album, released during a troubled time in the world. Lyrically it's their best, being potent and subtle. It's accompanied by a fantastic dramatic performance by Ro Reynolds. Musically it's no slouch either, bringing in experimental flourishes that add to the great dynamic mix of rock and electronica. Number 2 is Take to the Skies. The band's debut, it really shot them straight into the limelight with an incredibly infectious sound. While the mixture of rave and metallic post-hardcore could have came off as incredibly gimmicky, they are able to put that idea to bed with an incredibly fun and diverse album with fantastic material. Looking back, the production isn't the best, and the band is firmly in its infant stage, but it has so much charm it's easy to ignore. It also proved that behind the fun sound of the band is a group of 4 fantastic musicians who work incredibly well together. The best Enter Shikari album in my opinion is The Mind Sweep. At this point in the band's career, they have experimented enough to where a proper sweet middle space between their sound exists, and I think this is the album where they accomplish this. Heavy when it needs to be, soft and solemn at times and very epic with some brilliant build-ups. It also displays the band at their most technical musically. Not afraid to experiment, the band go further into newer technology, incorporating great use of synths and samples. One of their most political albums, it sees the lyrics reaching out a hand to the oppressed and having a general uplifting spirit, with a sharp tongue and a comedic edge. One of the best albums released during the 2010s. Thanks for watching you fucking spanners. I need tungsten to live. Tungsten. Recommend me another band to do this with or else I'll never return to my home planet.